how the season is better known for epic blockbusters, there's actually a lot to look forward to in terms of indie films. A number of Sundance favorites are hitting theatres in the coming months, including the abortion comedy Obvious Child, Richard Linklater's Boyhood, and France starring Michael Fassbender. There's also the Roger Ebert documentary Life Itself and the Braff Wish I Was Here. Here's a preview of the top 20 indie opening this summer. Fed Up is a documentary that looks at the food industry, specifically the fast food industry. Produced by Katie Couric and Laurie David, Fed Up is being described as the film the food industry doesn't want you to see. The first trailer offered some scary facts about the food industry, including that over 95% of all Americans will be overweight or obese in 2 decades, and that by 2050, 1 out of every 3 Americans will have diabetes.
Can't believe we let them get away with that.
You have to change the diet of America.
God's Pocket features one of Philip Seymour Hoffman's final performances. The film, directed by John Slattery, focuses on Mickey Scarpato, who's dealing with the death of his wife's psychotic son, and a newspaper columnist who's writing a story about it. The film premiered at Sundance earlier this year and has received mixed reviews. However, we're sure that Hoffman is spectacular in this, as he was in everything he was a part of.
Arthur,
I'll kill you!
Stop, Arthur. You're getting blood all over your pants.
This movie follows a football coach played by Braff who takes an interest in one of his teen students played by Emma Roberts. Palo Alto premiered at the Telluride Film Festival last year and has garnered some solid reviews.
Do you even think she's pretty? She's pretty. I don't think she's that pretty.
I corrected your paper.
In the double, Jesse Eisenberg plays a man who is driven to insanity when he encounters his doppelganger. Richard, who made a spectacular directorial debut with Submarine, is developing a unique and interesting style. Thus far, the film has been a hit at festivals, and it looks like people are really anticipating this one.
Look at me! Look at me! Look at him! He stole my face!
James Gray's The Immigrant takes place on the mean streets of Manhattan, where Eva falls prey to Bruno, a charming but wicked man who takes her in and forces her into prostitution. The film marks the 4th collaboration between Gray and Phoenix following The Yards, We Own the Night, and The Two Lovers.
It does not matter what you do. You got a right to be happy, Eva.
Tracks tells the true story of Robin Davidson, who in 1977 walked across nearly 2,000 miles of the Western Australian desert with her only dog and 4 camels by her side. Adam Driver also co-stars as the National Geographic photographer who documented Davidson's adventure. Filmed as a dark comedy which stars James McAvoy as Bruce Robinson, a bipolar, bigoted jockey cop who manipulates and hallucinates his way through the festive season in a bid to secure promotion and win back his wife and daughter.
Can I just have a glass of water?
Not at all. I've got something else in mind for you.
In Night Moves, Jesse Eisenberg and Dakota Fanning play eco-terrorists. The film revolves around a plan to destroy a dam in Oregon, but from the trailers, we gather that things don't go according to plan. Peter Sarsgaard also stars. The film premiered at the Venice Film Festival last month and will open in theaters this summer. Starring Jenny Slate, Obvious Child tells the story of Brooklyn comedian Donna Stern, who gets dumped, fired, and pregnant just in time for the worst, best Valentine's Day of her life. The comedy premiered at Sundance and garnered rave reviews. Slate's performance was hailed as career-making.
He's so Christian. He's like a Christmas tree.
So be the angel on top.
I'm not the angel on top. I'm the menorah on top of the tree that burns it down.
Ellie Roth in T. West, The Sacrament is somewhat based on the crazy story of Jim Jones, who formed his own cult following in the early 1970s and eventually led his people to Guyana, where the infamous Jonestown suicide massacre of over 900 people occurred. This film tells the story of a Jim Jones-type leader of a cult that is visited by a wise documentary crew. Third Person stars Liam Neeson, Kim Basinger, Adrian Brody, Mila Kunis, and many more. The film combines three love stories set in three different cities: Rome, Paris, and New York.
Feel a thing, do you?
This South Korean sci-fi film stars Chris Evans, Tilda Swinton, and Octavia Spencer. Snowpiercer is set in a future where a failed global warming experiment kills off all life on the planet except for a lucky few that boarded the Snowpiercer, a train that travels around the globe where a class system evolves. They Came Together stars Paul Rudd and Amy Poehler, a rom-com spoof with a long list of cameos. This film follows two New Yorkers who met in classic rom-com style. Amy is the owner of a small candy store and Paul is the corporate executive of a big chain that wants to buy her out. But despite their differences, they fall in love.
You know, you're pretty adorable when you get all fussy like that.
John Carney's film Begin Again, formerly titled as Can a Song Save Your Life, stars Mark Ruffalo as Dave, a formerly big-time record executive who's fired by Mos Def, and Keira Knightley as Greta, the girlfriend of a rock star who gets dumped when he's signed to a major label. Dave and Greta come together by fate and soon begin making music together, Greta as a singer and songwriter and Dave as the producer.
This really is a bit of a long shot, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's when the magic happens.
Boyhood is Richard Linklater's long-awaited experimental coming-of-age drama about the lives of a South Texas family. The film was made over the course of 12 years. You know the expression, growing up right before my eyes? Well, that's literally going to be the case in this movie. It'll be like nothing we've ever seen before.
Joining us today?
Hey, dude. Welcome to the suck. Mom.
Life Itself is directed by Steve James and stars Martin Scorsese. Scorsese serves as an executive producer on this documentary that tells the story of Roger Ebert's amazing career and personal struggles. This film tells the story of Aidan Bloom, a struggling actor, father and husband who at 35 is still trying to find himself. Aidan winds up trying to homeschool two children when his father can no longer afford to pay for private education and the only available public school is on its last legs. Through teaching them about life his way, Aidan gradually discovers some of the parts of himself he couldn't find. A Most Wanted Man stars the late Philip Seymour Hoffman along with Rachel McAdams. It tells the story of a half Church and half Russian, tortured half-to-death immigrant who turns up in Hamburg's Islamic community, laying claim to his father's ill-gotten fortune. Both German and US security agencies take a close interest in him as the race is on to find out who he really is, oppressed victim or destruction-bent extremist.
To make the world a safer place. Isn't that enough?
What If, previously known as the F-Word, stars Daniel Radcliffe as a med school dropout who falls for a perky animator played by Zoe Kazan, who unfortunately has had a boyfriend since like forever. It also stars Adam Driver, Megan Park and many more. In Frank, Michael Fassbender stars as a poet and musician who wears a giant fake head like all the time. Directed by Lenny Abrahamson, the film is loosely based on the story of Frank Sidebottom, an English musician who became famous for always wearing a fake head when he performed live.
Kiss me, Nefertiti!
This is your most likable song ever?
Yeah.
People will love it.
This is all we have for now. Do tell us what you feel by leaving your comments below. But before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to Cine Curry for all the latest short films, celebrity gossips and movie reviews.